Samantha's junior is said to be dying. His only wish is to hold a wedding with my wife, Samantha. The moment she agrees, I notify the system. Please disconnect me from this world. Samantha Xu asks for a divorce twice. I failed to make it to the civil affairs office both times. It isn't until I'm lying on the operating table as a terminally ill patient that she, the lead surgeon, goes rigid with horror and despair. How could it be you? What breaks her even more is the fact that, according to the system's setting, I will die in her hands, leaving her with eternal guilt. Samantha is a surgeon, the hospital's famed golden hand. She's so busy she serves me divorce papers by WeChat. Find some time to get the divorce done. Romy is emotionally unstable. He can't wait. I stare at the cold dishes on the table, the cream cake's edges melting like our relationship, which has crumbled after 10 years, from school uniforms to wedding clothes. I call several times. On the fourth, she picks up, voice cool. What's the matter? I was busy just now. I nearly apologize. Assuming she's in surgery, doctors owe responsibility to their patients, until a man laughs softly on her end. The clothes are off. Come quickly. Heat spikes behind my eyes. Samantha, we're not divorced yet, are we? She's calm. You misunderstood. It's for giving Romy's dog a bath. I close my eyes, nails digging into my palm. Samantha, if we divorce, I will disappear. That's this world's original system setting. No one can change it. She says nothing. I hear movement. Imagine her stepping away to take the call. Her voice drops. Alexander Wang, I have explained many times. It's just a ceremony. After fulfilling his wish, we'll remarry. Why do you always threaten me with disappearing? When she uses my full name, she's angry. I stay silent, something she hates. Her breathing roughens. Alexander Wang, be rational, I laugh once. You're at Romy's place late at night, telling me to be rational. Don't you think that's funny? Legally, she's still my wife. A long sigh spills through the line, then each word lands like a blade. Alexander, Friday morning, let's finalize the divorce. I spoon a bite of cream into my mouth. Bitterness blooms on my tongue. She remembered to bathe Romy's dog, but forgot today is my birthday. Maybe her heart's already left, and memory went with it. System, can you sing a birthday song? I can't. I can only sing a funeral dirge. I snort. Forget it. And save it for when I die. Disconnect me from this world. If I leave here, I return to my original one. There my body is frail, but I have family and friends. I miss the rice noodle rolls downstairs, the old market's beef soup, my dad's warm clay pot porridge. Here I cook for Samantha. She's a doctor. Her hands matter to her patients and to her. But Romy's social post breaks me. Her well-proportioned hands, the ones I've protected, are peeling shrimp for him, sweet as spring. The golden hand only peels shrimp for me, he captions. My years of care turn to a joke. Host, aren't you going to try harder? The system asks. No. My heart died the moment she decided on divorce. The task of conquest was doomed. It's only a question of when I die, so why not free myself sooner? The system sighs. Autonomous disconnection will be somewhat painful. The good news, you can choose a method of death. I think, then smile faintly. Samantha never believed I would disappear. Then let me die at the hands of her miracle hands. I imagine her face when she realizes I missed the civil affairs office on Friday. Once disconnection begins, my body slides fast, immune system bottoms out, fever spikes, lips crack. Instinctively I call, Sammy, water! When she was home, there was always water at just the right temperature. I liked and got used to the small ways she indulged me. But she moved out the day she agreed to marry Romy. He's my teacher's son. For my teacher's sake, I must take care of him. He's almost dead. It's just a ceremony. Be generous. I stared, dazed. If it's only a ceremony, why do we need a divorce certificate? Her lashes lower, frost on a porcelain face. We can't make him the third party, can we? We weren't divorced yet, so he'd be the third party. She wanted the full performance. I look at her flatly. Samantha, if we divorce, I will never remarry you. She freezes, drops her suitcase, clamps my arm. What did you say? If you're not with me, who will you be with? You said in this world you're an orphan. Besides me, you have no one. Maybe her grip or the jab in my chest does it. I gently pry her off. Let go! You're the one throwing me away! She ignores me and dives into my arms. 10 years together tug tears out of me. Alex, don't be sad. If you're sad, I'll feel worse. How could I not want you? She murmurs awkward comfort, kissing from my lips to my Adam's apple. She says she's an orphan. Her teacher raised her. Romy is just a younger brother. I believe her. He's terminal, nearly dying, isn't he? The system says if I restore the marriage within 3 months, the task won't count as failure. A week later, I bring her nutritious soup to the hospital. In the open-air lot, Romy idles in the driver's seat, windows down. She stands outside, hands tucked in her white coat, elegant. Then she bends and kisses her so-called younger brother. It's a bucket of ice. I watch, numb, as her pale fingers ruffle his hair. Be good, go home and rest. He says something, slides on sunglasses, drives off. It's all so familiar, what she once did to me. She wants to fulfill his wedding wish. I feel a chilling thought. Was it always sympathy and duty? Maybe her heart drifted long ago. Without violating vows, she rationalized moving toward another man. No wonder she hustles for a divorce. That day I dropped the soup in the trash, and my last unguarded love with it. In a fever haze, the phone rings and rings. I fumble for it. Samantha's annoyed. Can you be more punctual? I've been waiting for you half an hour. Right, the divorce day. I have a fever. Can we reschedule? My body's waterlogged with weakness. I can't crawl, let alone travel. She chuckles. Did you forget I'm a doctor? With your ox-strong constitution, how could you have a fever? You're 28, not a little boy like Romy. Stop being childish. I almost laugh. You might not know, the little boy is only 2 years younger than me. She used to call me that. Maybe she's simply tired of me. It doesn't matter. I no longer expect anything. The second appointment, I miss again. Something unexpected happens. In an intersection, a 2-year-old in a McDull jumper toddles into the road, calling for her dad. A speeding car loses control. I shove her hard toward the safety zone. A crash detonates through me, like shattering glass in my bones. The driver doesn't brake, just guns it. The license plate looks familiar. The hospital parking lot flashes. Romy's car. It's him. The little girl's scooped up by her panicked family, wailing. Uncle is hurt. I feel only the deep crush, as if my organs were pulped, yet no blood. System, am I going to die? A small regret twists. The plan didn't go exactly as planned. But saving a child first, no regrets. The system pauses, then calmly. Congratulations, you won't die until the set death date. Until disconnection, the trauma won't fully manifest. It's a benefit I fought for you. Oddly, I find the system endearing. I smile. Great. Let Samantha see what her future husband did to me. The girl's father and grandmother cluster around, eyes red. You saved our baby. You saved our whole family. They nearly kneel. I insist I'm fine. They insist on driving me to the hospital. How can you be fine? The car's bumper caved in. How is a man tougher than a car? I message Samantha. Car accident. Let's reschedule. By coincidence, they take me to Samantha's hospital. Let me see the test results. Her voice drifts above me. She storms in, a sheen of sweat on her brow, like she rushed from elsewhere. Another doctor pats her shoulder. Dr. Xu, don't worry, he's fine. Before the set death date, no instrument can detect my damage. Samantha combs every report. When she looks up, her gaze sharpens with something unfamiliar. No external or internal injuries. What kind of car accident was this? Alex, you've missed 2 appointments already. What are you playing at? I lace my fingers. I got into a car accident. By the way, it was your new husband who hit me and ran. She frowns reflexively. Impossible. Romy is very honest. He'd never. So I'm the liar? We both freeze. Unease flickers in her eyes. She realizes she trusts Romy more than me. In my head, will he be caught? The system is certain. Yes, this world still follows the rule of law. Good, let the law judge. Without the system buffering me, that impact should have killed me instant. He's a hit-and-run criminal. I check my watch. Samantha, let's go now to the Civil Affairs office. Otherwise, I don't have much time left. Hands in her pockets, voice flat. What do you mean you don't have time? I'm dying. 3 days from now, at 4 in the afternoon. I'd asked the system, why that time? 10 years ago, 4 p.m. was when you met, so it begins and ends the same. Samantha looks out the window, impatient. Alex, go see a psychiatrist. I actually laugh. Samantha, the problem is you, wanting everything. Pretentious coquette. I turn to leave. She catches my wrist. Haven't you been eating? You've lost weight. None of your business. Eat first, Alex! I'm about to refuse when her phone rings. Romy! She drops my hand instinctively. He whines, nightmares, scared. She soothes him softly. She glances at me, then tells him, I'll be back soon. Hanging up, hesitation flickers in her eyes. Alex, you should go eat. I sneer inside. Nightmare or guilt after a hit and run? Good. She chooses him again and misses what could be our last meal. I wonder if she'll regret it later. Final countdown. I'm on a cold operating table. Pain rolls through me in waves, like my organs being shredded. It's fine. Hold on. Soon I'll go back to my dad's porridge. Samantha's irritated voice still echoes. Alexander, do you really think I have no temper? Romy is about to die, can't you be more generous? That was over my third missed appointment. I told her I had no time, I was dying. She didn't believe. 10 minutes later she enters the OR, mask on, face blank. This surgery wasn't originally hers, but the system insists, no matter who starts, she must finish. System, what's my terminal illness? A tumor operation, Dr. Samantha's golden specialty. The system sounds almost gleeful. Anesthetic in, Samantha ready. An assistant whispers, Dr. Xu, are you okay? They know who I am. They've even gossiped with awe. Dr. Xu is so strong. Anyone who can operate on her own husband is ruthless. Samantha herself hasn't yet realized. Under the drape lies the man she scolded an hour ago. She takes the scalpel, draws a 16-centimeter line across my abdomen. It's not a special case compared to her usual. Failure is possible. The difficulty is high. But with years of skill, it's within her grasp. Yet accidents are the one thing humans cannot control. She notices a faint pink scar near the incision, and her hand freezes. The assistants blink. This has never happened, especially not after the first cut. Dr. Xu stands dazed. I'm the only one who knows why. That scar, she knows it by heart. She has traced it, kissed it, countless nights. Alex, this scar is yours, but it's a mark I'll carry for life, she once said. It's from the knife I took for her. Back when she was a resident, I brought her food. After a failed surgery, an unhinged family member swung a fruit knife. It wasn't Samantha's case. She was only helping another patient who had fallen when the blade slashed toward her abdomen. Watch out! I shoved her away and the knife buried in me. She pressed her hands to my wound. Blood leaked through her fingers, soaking them. Her face bleached white. She half-carried me toward the ER. Only after they sutured me did the emptiness in her eyes refill with light. She clung to my neck, voice raw. Alex, seeing you bleed hurts so much, I would rather have died. I smiled, patted her. Then treat me better from now on. She kissed my ear. I'd give you my life if you asked. That night she lay in my arms, careful of the wound. Alex, you're too kind. Please think about yourself more, okay? She was the one who told me to think of myself. Now she tells me Romy is innocent, asks me to be generous. Dr. Xu, is there something wrong? The assistant murmurs. Samantha ignores him, steps forward, and suddenly tears off the drape covering my face. Her pupils tighten to pinpoints. Horror and despair flood her features. How could it be you? I can't answer. The anesthesia drags me under, and I let my eyes fall closed. My face was pale, cold sweat beading across my forehead. It was the final stage of the disconnect procedure. Painful, yes, but almost over. Samantha's throat worked a few times, and when she finally spoke, her voice trembled out of control. Alex, you can't die. I won't let you die. She wanted to touch me but didn't dare, afraid of introducing bacteria. The assistant stared. Shocked that Dr. Xu didn't realize the person under her scalpel was her own husband. But professional training snapped them back, and they focused on the table. The system's cool voice slid through my head. This is probably the most torturous surgery Samantha has ever performed. After all, it only has a 5% success rate. Anyone would be nervous, right? When she picked up the scalpel again, her fingers shook, only for a moment. Then years of discipline took over. The operation moved in clean, steady beats. Continue the anesthetic. Tumor shows signs of spreading. Partial detachment. Massive bleeding. Embolize! Block those vessels! Keep separating adhesions and remove the diseased tissue. She lived up to her reputation, the hospital's youngest, most renowned surgeon, everything right where she said it would be. It's a success, one assistant breathed, the excitement barely contained. I wasn't surprised. Of course it was temporarily successful. My disconnect time hadn't arrived yet. Only 2 hours left. Post-op protocol put me in observation for an hour. My vitals steadied. Samantha's composure returned. It was just us in the room. Aside from that brief exchange after the car accident, we hadn't spent a solid hour together in ages. She leaned close and whispered in my ear, I never thought these hands would ever perform surgery on Alex. The anesthetic faded fast. Thank the system. I opened my eyes and shot back. I never thought these hands would ever peel shrimp for someone else. Like her, I'm an orphan in this world. I scraped together tuition by myself. Fresh out of school, we were so broke, we couldn't afford a washing machine. Southern winters are wet and bone cold. Every time I scrubbed our clothes, my fingers went numb and red, but I never let her do it. Don't. Your hands are for scalpels, to save more lives and families. Alex, do you have a filter for doctors? Yes. In my original world, a doctor saved my life. All right. I won't let Alex down. The room was pin-drop quiet. My words lodged somewhere in her throat. After a long stretch, she exhaled softly. Alex, Romy is about to die. Can you not hold a grudge against him? I laughed. I'm about to die too. Why shouldn't I hold a grudge? Her eyes dimmed instantly. You won't die. Don't you trust my skills? Maybe remembering I was a patient, her tone gentled. When did you get this illness? The day you said you wanted a divorce and wouldn't believe I would disappear. That shut her up, and she pivoted. I know you don't like scars, so I stitched your incision very neatly. The scar will be minimal, I said nothing. The silence made her restless. She looked ready to add something when a nurse slipped in. Dr. Xu, your phone's been ringing nonstop. Alex, I need to take this. When she returned, her expression was off. Alex, something urgent came up. I'll have the nurse look after you. I knew exactly what. Divorce in the morning, lawn wedding with Romy in the afternoon. Dr. Xu, top-tier time manager, truly busy. Samantha, I have less than 2 hours left in this world. Are you sure you don't want a final goodbye? Honestly, I wasn't itching for more time with her either. If she stayed, I'd take it as one last shred of sincerity for our years together, and I'd meet it with something of my own to ease her guilt. But she didn't want that, she rose. Even after 3 hours of intense surgery, she was still poised and luminous. The breakdown from discovering I was the patient had vanished. Alex, after you recover, I'll personally book you with psych. That cool, non-negotiable tone, honestly, I hate it. I snorted. Dr. Xu, I hope you won't regret this. Her face stayed smooth like I was a child throwing a tantrum. She glanced over, smiled lightly. I won't. Alex, what you need now is rest. And then she was gone, the phone in her pocket buzzing her along. By now the lawn would be full. Romy probably couldn't wait any longer. I felt calm. Samantha, this is your choice. After she left, the system sighed. She missed her last chance. I didn't expect the system to sound regretful. Host, you're kind. I quietly fought to win you a chance to live well in this world. If she had chosen you today, the temporary success would have held. I smiled. System, did you forget? Even if she stayed, I couldn't have lived, because Romy already killed me when he hit me with his car. A pause. Yes, I know. Host, do you want to know why Romy was speeding that day? Because he was rushing to the airport to pick up Samantha. Right, the day she flew back from a business trip. He was hurrying to get her, so she could hurry to divorce me. Cause and effect, I sighed. Even if I hadn't been hit, even if the surgery truly succeeded, I wouldn't want her anymore. You don't love her? The system asked, after 10 years of watching us. No. Why? Aren't you the system? Ahem, systems aren't omniscient. Oversights happen, I smiled. Romy's house doesn't have a dog. She told me long ago, both her teacher and junior are allergic to animal hair. How could someone allergic to fur keep a dog? The system went still. So that night there couldn't have been a bath. And that line on the phone, The clothes are off, come quickly. Spells everything. Emotionally and physically, she'd already left, and lied, cleanly and calmly. The system, she's tainted. I can't take her back. The system actually swore. Fuck, what a scumbag. Let her drown in her guilt. Not good. Massive hemorrhage, tissue infection. Dr. Xu's surgery led to severe complications. Heart stopped. Initiate artificial heart-lung. Prep ECMO. How did the heart, liver, spleen, lungs rupture? By then, I'd fully disconnected. My soul hovered as my life ebbed. Why can't we reach Dr. Xu? We got through once, then it hung up. I asked the system, do you know who hung up? Oh, this is fun, it was Romeo, it said, almost delighted. Come on, host, I'll take you to the wedding. The system was becoming weirdly adorable. Before I left, I looked down at myself one last time. The car accident damage had bloomed fully, limbs twisted at bad angles, everything shattered. Pitiful. At least I shoved the little girl to safety. She was so sweet. Thank goodness she's okay. Turns out, watching a stranger's wedding is entertaining. Flowers stacked like mountains, balloons drifting, picture-perfect happiness, stolen happiness. System, the red wine on that long table looks decent. Host, you seem cheerful. Need I remind you this is your wife's wedding? I wrinkled my nose. I'm going home. Why wouldn't I be happy? Samantha can't touch my mood anymore. At first, realizing her heart was drifting, I'd been wrecked, resentful, sleepless, replaying their hands entwined, their kisses, their bodies. The little world I'd sheltered collapsed. Later I realized that was foolish. You don't punish your kinder self for a woman who's changed. You fight to find sunlight. Host, there's the scumbag. Samantha stepped onto the lawn in white, gentle, elegant. The groom looked polished too, no trace of a man who killed someone 3 days ago. I drifted to her side. Where's my phone? She asked. Romy's eyes flickered. In the dressing room, I kept it for you. The dress had nowhere to hide a phone. Any calls? I think there was one, he hedged. Should I get it, but... The wedding's about to start, she paused. No need, she stared ahead. I wondered if she remembered our wedding. Silver rings because we were broke, yet so happy. Alex, do you regret marrying a poor girl like me? No, Dr. Xu is a rising star. Later I bought her a big diamond ring, but she never looked as happy again. Alex, my junior is dying. Can I fulfill a wish for him? He's only 26, so pitiful. Sammy, go! Alex! His wish is to marry me. I froze. Samantha, that's unreasonable. But he's dying. Dying doesn't mean he can steal someone else's wife, someone else's love. Sammy, that wish is immoral. She stood on the balcony for ages, then said, icicle cold, Alex, you've changed. You're not as kind as before. And she left me in a room full of silence. Samantha, did you forget I'm most afraid of being alone? I sat in the empty living room, turned on every light, still missing something. Finally curled up and hid my face in my arms. It wasn't me who changed. It was you. When she was with Romeo, I called, My stomach hurts! Samantha, my stomach hurts. They were at the top of the Ferris wheel. A kiss there means love and eternity, they say. I wasn't sick. I was at the bottom, watching them pressed close, heart in tatters. She knows my body well. Alex, I'm a surgeon, not a gastroenterologist, she said, cool as stone. In that moment, I wanted to die. If someone can't tolerate your occasional childishness, they probably don't love you anymore. Love and lack of it are always clear. System almost time for the rings? The diamond sparkled obscenely, must have cost a fortune. The system almost laughed. Host, maybe worry about when the police arrive? What's the rush? Let them be happy a little longer. It'll hurt more when truth lands. Romeo smiled softly. Senior, I've liked you for so long. Today my wish finally comes true. Samantha's face flickered. Her eyes dropped, distracted. Maybe she was remembering our day. She once said the same to me. Alex, marrying you, this wish finally came true. The irony. Today she left me in a hospital to fulfill someone else's wish. She'd only recently slipped our ring off. Its pale circle still ringed her finger. I had none. The ring I once cherished, I tossed in the trash the day she agreed to marry Romeo, never to retrieve it. She lifted the diamond to Romy's hand, when several uniformed officers burst through the floral arch. The system practically vibrated. Oh, showtime. Want sunflower seeds? Right, I'm on duty. I almost laughed. Romeo, you've been reported for hit and run. His lips quivered like a drowning man's as he clutched Samantha's hand. I didn't. The officers were calm. Denials were routine. Surveillance shows that on the 11th at 2:10 p.m., you were driving plate LRY 99. You struck a pedestrian on Wanghai Road while speeding and fled. The victim was a young man. Samantha's fingers trembled, and she's smart enough to realize he was supposed to pick her up. Her face went storm dark. She yanked back her arm and stepped away. You switched cars to pick me up that day because you hit someone with the first. Romeo shook. She grabbed his collar. Did you hit Alex? He stammered. Senior, let go. I don't know. Impossible. There were no cameras. They were installed the day before, the police said evenly. He swayed. Additionally, you're suspected of purchasing forged medical records and must cooperate with the investigation. Color drained from his face. Words failed. He crumpled and was led away. The crowd muttered, scandalized. Arrested on your wedding day, disgrace. Looked honest, ran someone over, cold. Not even sick, bought fake records, tricked us, despicable. Isn't the bride a top doctor? How did she not notice? Of course she heard. It was like a slap across her face. Host, did Samantha really not notice? Maybe she didn't want to. She wanted to be the dragon-slaying warrior saving the prince. She didn't see she was the dragon, the system huffed. What a new breed of scumbag woman. Samantha fetched her phone from the dressing room, dead black screen. She spun and bolted for the lot, tripping in her rush. She slammed the accelerator, running red lights. Host, that's several. License revocation incoming. She bit her lip, still in a wedding dress, and tore into the ward. Where's Alex? Where's Alexander? The nurses startled at her panic. Dr. Xu, there's no Alexander here. How could there be no one? Are you sure you did your job? Thankfully, her assistant stopped her, muttering, Sister Xu, there really is no Alexander. Usually unshakable at work, she was unraveling. Impossible. Where did he go? Alexander is in the morgue. She lurched, grabbing the assistant's collar. No, he was fine moments ago. The surgery was successful. What nonsense are you talking about? On the way downstairs, with every sentence, the assistant's face paled. His internal organs looked like they'd been smashed, like a severe car crash. She whispered to herself, Impossible. The surgery was clearly a success. He finally told her the worst. Sister Xu, the sutures you placed, they split. The intestines. The intestines spilled out, her legs turned to lead. And the tumor spread, invaded surrounding tissue. It was a hammer blow. It meant her operation failed. The miracle hands utterly failed. She'd performed countless cases, and the one on her husband's tumor failed, devastating her confidence. No matter how calm she tried to look, cold sweat slicked her forehead. When did he pass? 1 hour after you left, and what was she doing then? A wedding. Her wedding, with Romeo. Among flowers and balloons, basking, while her husband entered life's last phase. At the morgue door, she hesitated again and again before lifting the white sheet. Her hands shook like someone with Parkinson's. Just do it. Lift it, and the system's process completes. Then I can go home to my dad's porridge. At last, eyes shut, she whisked it back. I saw my own body. Tsk, tsk. The face is still recognizable, but the body's shattered beyond recognition. The system murmured at my side. At first, Samantha stared at my body with a strange calm. Then she stroked my face, almost tender, finally lifting my hand to her lips. Alex, get up. Come on, let's go home. We won't divorce anymore. We'll never divorce, okay? The room stayed silent. No one answered. Her assistant hovered, helpless. Samantha clung to my body and wouldn't let go, growing more frantic by the minute. Alexander, you damn well answer me. And get up. Let's go home, please. Alex, I'm really begging you. Her tears fell on my neck. I didn't like it. System, won't this make my body dirty? Host, it's almost over. Just hang in there. How much longer? By midnight, you'll be back in the original world. Fine, just a few more hours. They wouldn't let her take the body home. The hospital leadership persuaded her to leave. It would look terrible for a top surgeon to be sitting in the morgue losing her mind. You still need to handle his funeral arrangements, right? Samantha kissed my forehead several times. I frowned watching it, and even the system muttered, "Crazy woman." After repeated urging from colleagues, she finally walked out in a daze. She asked her assistant, level as ever, "Did Alex say anything before he left?" "He did." Her eyes lit for a second. He said, "Congratulations on your wedding. I hope we never meet again." "Sister Xu!" "Sister Xu, what's wrong?" Samantha crumpled to the floor with a heavy thud as her knees hit tile. She forgot the pain, scrambled up and limped away. "I want to go home," Alex said. "His stomach hurts." She used the key to open what used to be our home. Inside, it was pitch black. Only the city's glow edged the dark. She stood there, unsure where the living room switch was. Because whenever she came home, the lights were already on, and I was waiting on the couch. "Alex!" she called. Of course there was no reply. A sudden clatter from the room. She rushed to the bedroom. A few seconds later, all the strength seemed to drain out of her. There was no one there. It was just a picture frame fallen on the floor. Under the bright fluorescent light, she stood stunned. The whole place felt empty, like a staged apartment that no one had ever lived in. "Host, you did a great job. I won't leave her any chance to reminisce. Exactly. I'd thrown out or donated everything that was mine." The photos in the frames showed only her half. Even the wedding picture was split. Her half lay torn on the floor. At last, she slid down the wall, spent, and held her head in her hands. Just as I had when I first learned she'd betrayed me, curled up in one spot. Unable to believe it, unwilling to accept it. 10 years, not 10 days. At first, she cried softly. Then it broke into raw, wrenching sobs. "Alex, I was wrong. I was really wrong. Please come back, okay? I'm begging you, please come back." She must have forgotten she once said, "Is it reasonable for a strong woman like me to cry?" Now she was anything but reasonable. A white light flashed. "Host, goodbye. I knew it was time to go home." "Host, will you forget me?" "Never. System, you're too adorable. System, thank you for accompanying me on this unique journey. Goodbye." "Goodbye. I'm going home." Samantha hadn't stepped into an operating room in a long time. She developed a stress reaction. The moment she entered, she saw Alex on the table and wanted to run. "Dr. Xu, are you really going to perform this surgery today?" "Yes," she nodded to her assistant. "Alex liked me being a doctor. How can I be a doctor if I don't operate?" She gave a bitter smile and still gowned up. "Administer anesthesia. Make a 15-centimeter incision. It went fine at first, until the blood gushed." Her breathing hitched. Cold sweat dripped from her temples. Her mind kept flickering. Alex on the table, Alex in the morgue. So much blood, the operative field, and the blood years ago when he took a knife for her. "Sammy, will you be nicer to me from now on?" "Of course, I'd give you my life." The scene shifted. Alex pleading, helpless. "Sammy, after the divorce, I'll disappear." "Alexander, stop using disappearing to force me, okay?" "Alexander, you should see a psychiatrist." "Alexander, go see a psychiatrist. I'll arrange it." "Samantha, the one who's sick is you." Yes, she was sick. They had worked so hard to build a home, warm, cozy, a small light always waiting for her return, a place for a lonely heart to rest. How did she not treasure it? Maybe comfort grew monotonous, a bit dull. Daily surgical pressure, reputation's burden, she needed an outlet. Romeo appeared, admiring and clingy, not easily shaken off. He was the opposite of Alex, a fresh, vivid presence. Sitting alone in the car, she often thought, just indulge once, then go back to Alex. She was a doctor. How could she not see Romeo's health? He handed over a report and she simply believed it. Ignorance is bliss. She pushed the divorce. Only by divorce could she soothe the guilt in her bones. She couldn't stand being equated with infidelity in Alex's eyes. It was Peter to pay Paul, a tightrope. In the end, she fell into an abyss and shattered. That home, the one with Alex, she could never return to it. Dr. Xu. In Dr. Xu, what's wrong? Dr. Xu, the patient is hemorrhaging. It's spreading! This is bad. It's invading surrounding tissues. Later, colleagues would repeat it over meals. A cautionary tale. That surgery was a complete failure. The lead surgeon ran out mid-procedure and caused irreversible harm. The lead surgeon got 3 years. After Alex died, Samantha wasn't the golden surgeon anymore. She couldn't even be a doctor. Alex's favorite doctor. When she was released, it was worship season. I'll take that bouquet. My husband liked lilies. Alex's grave was spotless. Someone clearly came often. His bright smile on the tombstone tugged at her heart. He was still so young, but she'd aged 30 years in 3, old, haggard. She reached to touch the photo when a little girl's voice snapped from behind. "Don't touch! Don't touch! You're not allowed to pay respects to my godfather." The same little girl Alex once saved. "Go away, go away! You married another man and caused my godfather's death. You're not welcome here." Samantha gave a bitter smile. She hadn't expected Alex to be so ruthless, not even letting her attend his funeral. He'd entrusted everything to the little girl's family. She drifted out of the cemetery. The sky looked grey, about to cry. "It's raining! Run!" Then a downpour roared down. It was that summer again. She a grad student, he an undergrad. "Senior, don't get wet! I've got an umbrella." He'd entered her long, lonely world just like that. By the time they reached the dorm, his shoulder was soaked. She was dry and guilty. He'd shielded her completely. He smiled, eyes bright. "It's okay, Senior. I'm strong and healthy." He was so kind. How could she have scolded him? How could she have told him to be more generous? Guilt sprouted like green shoots and grew into tangling vines. Samantha folded to the pavement with a thud. In bright blood mixed with rain and spread. The knife Alex once blocked had come back for her. This time no one took it for her. She knew who stabbed her, a family member from that last failed surgery. She deserved it, running out mid-op. Causing someone's most beloved to die. Those who betray true love never meet a good end. Like her, Samantha. "Alex, will you come to take me away?" Only Rain answered. After she died, she met the system. She begged and begged. Finally it agreed to let her see Alex. "Because you were once a doctor and saved many." In a gentle evening, Alex dozed in a wicker chair by the door. His dad called from inside. "Alex, what's for dinner?" "Clay pot porridge, salt and pepper baby potatoes." "Gotta have those potatoes." "Got it, your favorite." Guilt grew again. She didn't like potatoes. 10 years Alex had accommodated her. She couldn't touch him, only watch him stand from the wicker chair, happy, and run outside. "Hey kid, stealing my lemons again?" "They'll make you sour." "Brother, I'll make lemon tea for you. Want some?" "Sure." Then she noticed Alex had only one healthy leg. The other was a prosthetic. "Brother, you only have one leg. How do you run so fast?" "Because I'm an alien with a bionic leg." Still optimistic? The same Alex. No wonder he loved running and sports. It all hid a body that was imperfect. And yet he was still so optimistic, so happy, surrounded by love, loving in return. His dad, friends, the little girl, even the cold system. But he didn't love her. He would never take her back. Samantha suddenly understood, with a deep, hollow sadness, that even in death she was alone. News from her world scrolled by. Former Golden Surgeon Dr. Xu found dead outside her late husband's cemetery. No one claimed the body,